Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, guys, my topic for today is actually a request by a subscriber of mine. So, I'm gonna read to you guys one of the things that she had told me. She told me that she is, I guess, considered older, and men in her age group are often married, divorced, and emotionally unavailable. So, for that reason, she, I guess, opened up and now enjoys dating younger men. She says that she looks at least 10 years younger than she actually is, and often even gets carded still at the bars. And she's often approached by younger men, specifically in their 20s and 30s. And now she is dating a guy that is a lot younger than her, and he knows that she is older, but he doesn't exactly know how much older she is. And she says that she likes him, they have great chemistry, they have great conversations, there's a lot of humor, a lot of physical attraction, and she really does feel a connection with him, but is considering just letting him go on his way. So I'm going to talk a bit about guys, I guess, and how they typically date outside their age range. I will say a lot of guys do. And then I'm going to give my advice on her specific situation and maybe what she should do. So, as I said, guys do date outside their age range a lot. So, notoriously, men will date younger girls. I would say the first reason is probably mostly biological. Younger women are seen as being, or I guess are considered being fertile. So, you know, from a biological standpoint, it does make men want to mate with younger women, just because that's how the life cycle or reproduction, I guess, happens more efficiently and more effectively, if you will. I would say there are a good number of men that would date a girl or a woman that is older than him. The thing is, though, is women don't necessarily go for younger guys. You know, you always see girls who are going for guys that are a lot older than them, or at least a few years older than them. You know, there's always the stuff all over Instagram, and, you know, you always, you know, if you ever overhear a woman's conversation, or, you know, you're ever just talking to a girl, she'll always be like, oh, I would never date a guy that's my age. So they typically do go after men that are older than them. So, for guys that want to get with a woman that is older than him, it's almost kind of a lost cause, because 9 times out of 10, a older woman just will not go for a younger guy. Like, take for example, I remember being like 18, 19, 20, and wanting to date the girls that were like 25, 26, 27. I mean, I thought, first of all, like, they were gorgeous beyond belief. You know, they were just, I guess, fully developed, if you will. They seemed more mature and, you know, had a decent head on their shoulders. But I had no chance, just because they would not date a younger guy. A lot of them thought I was cute. You know, I got called the whole, oh, you're a baby. Sometimes they'd actually even sit there and they'd grab my cheek and try to be like, oh, you're just so cute, which was honestly a little insulting at the time. Because of course, you know, just being 18, 19, 20 years old, especially as a guy, you know, you want to think of yourself as a grown man, and there you have a woman who's there, you know, grabbing your cheek and is pretending to, you know, treat you like you're just a kid. What I guess maybe to them I was totally just a kid. But yeah, I had no chance, because many of them just would not date me because I was so much younger. They wanted to go for the guys that were, like, if they were 25, 26, 27, they wanted to go for the guy that was 30. They wanted to go for the guy that was 32, 34, 36, whatever. And I remember always looking at the guys that they wanted to date, and I would just kind of look at them and just be like, wow, okay, yeah, he is totally a grown man. Like, that's somebody there who's, you know, he's got the full beard, whatever, all that stuff, you know what I mean? He's got money, you know, he goes to the gym, you know, he's big. I mean, at the time I was, like I said, the age of 18, 19, I would lift weights, but I couldn't get that big. I mean, now it's not really that difficult, but, you know, just at the time, I would always kind of admire those guys. I'm just kind of like, damn. But now, I am that older guy, I guess. I don't know. It depends on what you consider older. I think that there are a really good number of guys that would actually like to date a girl that is older. Don't get me wrong, like I said, guys will go for a girl that is younger. But if she is too much younger, that can be a concern for the man as far as compatibility. And honestly, I think this is true of anyone, male, female. When you're dating somebody with so much age disparity from you, you know, your life experiences, your experience in general is just worlds apart. Like, you may have had similar experiences in the past, and you know, you may have had a similar past, I guess, coming up. But the simple fact of the matter is somebody who is 30 is going to think differently than somebody who is, say, maybe, I don't know, 20, just because the 30-year-old has 10 more years worth of just life experience. He or she's been on the planet for 10 years more than the person who is 20. So when you're older, you can't help but sometimes look at your partner and hear some of the shit that he or she says and think to yourself and go, yeah, damn, I remember when I was that stupid and when I was that young and when I used to think that way. There are challenges when you're dating outside your age group. Some men look at older women as being at their best, more mature, totally developed, especially when it comes to the maturity. It can be a very welcome change because, you know, as men, like in the relationship in general, we automatically have this thing where we just are kind of there and we're like, okay, like I have to take care of this girl emotionally and mentally, let alone having to deal with a girl that's younger and just isn't as mature, doesn't have that experience and doesn't totally know herself and has no way, doesn't know heads from tails, doesn't know up or down, and can't emotionally take responsibility or take care of herself in that regard. It can be very tiring. Like I said, older women, you don't necessarily have that issue, or at least not nearly as much. So yeah, there are plenty of younger men, or just guys in general, it doesn't matter how old they are, that would like to date a girl that is older than them. It's much less of a hassle. So, to my subscriber, honestly, I think if you genuinely like the guy, then why not pursue him? But I do think that you should be honest with him as to your age as well as your intentions towards him. He may be a younger guy, but treat him with the respect that he deserves and see where things go. But at the same time, you may want to take some time to reflect and evaluate whether you can actually see yourself with this person long term. You know, I'm not trying to say that all older women are like this, and I'm not trying to judge you at all by any means. You know, I don't know, I just am thinking, you know, you would probably want somebody in the relationship to totally be your equal. And I'm not saying that he's any less or he's not smart or good looking or attractive or anything of that sort. That's not what I'm talking about, but he does not have the life experience that you do. And I know, at least for me, and I know for at least a lot of other people, I think especially women, they want somebody who has the life experience that they do, or at least the same amount of it, maybe not the same life experience, but quantity-wise the same amount, or even more. And I think, you know, you really have to ask yourself, is that something that you're willing to deal with, that type of disparity? He's somebody that doesn't exactly have the same life experience that you do, neither by quality or quantity. And you have to ask yourself, you know, will you see him as an equal? Will you treat him as an equal? Put aside, I guess, how you feel, your romantic feelings and your attraction to him, but do you actually look at him and can you actually see something with him long term? You know, when you look in the mirror, could you see him right behind you? Could you see him right next to you? Could you see him in front of you? You know what I mean? Like, could you actually see yourself with this person? You know, I think that's something that we all just know. You know, when we meet somebody for the first time, when we look at somebody, just anybody, it can be anywhere, anything, whatever. You know, you can just look at somebody and just based on their physical appearance and their persona, you can just sit there and you can say to yourself, and it just feels right, and you can just say to yourself, you know, I could see myself with that person long term. Like, I could actually picture myself walking down the street with this person on a Sunday morning with my coffee, with the dog, or I could wake up one morning on a nice beachfront hotel or house and laying right beside me is this person. So you have to ask yourself, do you feel that way about him? And honestly, I think if the answer is yes, then go for it. If the answer is no, then maybe you should reconsider. But I mean, I don't really have many other details other than that. So that is just where I am going to leave that with you and with the rest of you guys. So, I mean, hey, you know, let's take this a step further. You know, I really like this topic. You know, I think we can probably touch on it a little bit more in the future. Actually, I think I'll make a part 2 to this video. So tell you what, for now, guys, why don't you like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, and leave a comment. Let's, all you guys, you know, male, female, just start leaving comments in this video, in the comment section. Tell me about your experiences and tell me your opinion. If you're a woman dating a younger guy, dating an older guy, dating a guy who's your age, and gentlemen, you know, please chime in. Like, go ahead. I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me that you would like to date a girl that is older. It can actually be pretty cool. You kind of think about it like, oh, okay, yeah, she's older. But yeah, gentlemen, tell me about your experiences. If you've dated a girl that's older than you, if you've dated a girl that's younger than you, or a girl your age, I mean, just spill it all out. Just tell me about your experiences. What differences do you see among them? Let's get this thing going, guys. So that way, you know, I'll take that and we'll make a part 2 to this video. I might actually even do part of it on a podcast episode of mine. So you can actually find that in the description, the link to my podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple, and Podbean. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a safe evening. I will see you guys soon. And I know it's late January, but Happy New Year. Hope it's all going well. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. And I'll see you guys soon.